All right, so I'm switching over. I'm switching over just to the phone right now. If you happen to still be out there, my apologies. We tried to go live with somebody, and apparently it was like a lot for the system to hold. I looked into it, and it was like, yeah, you can't do like FaceTime over YouTube. And I was like, what? You can't do FaceTime over YouTube in like 2023? Come on, man. And I looked it up to see like why it was. And it was like, well, it's like so much like, bandwidth that either Google has to pay for it or like Apple has to pay for it. So neither one of them are going to pay for it because it doesn't make them more money. So the people that pay for it are like Zoom. Zoom is like, hey, use our service. And when you do that, you're adding a lot of like bandwidth, and it's still those two sites don't want to support that. So like in this case, it's YouTube. So my apologies to anyone out there that was following it, but I will still try to just finish the show right now. If you're here, you can check it in the comment section. All right, I'll try to follow along with anyone asking questions on here. I'll try to still do no, we did the quote of the day. I'll still try to do like the story of the day maybe. All right, and we'll do the trivia in a second. But we have about 17 more minutes of the show. All right. But yes, thank you, Randy, for being the first interview that we had. It did collapse the whole system. That's how hot, that's how fire it was, dude. That's how fire it was. But yes. So let's just move on. All right. First thing. Besides organize your efforts, we do have the motivational story of the day. You're here. You're still here, Taz? Okay, good, man. The motivational story of the day is opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them. And actually, Randy hit on this, and he was like, be proactive. Like, you should be doing the things that you should be doing, right? Like, go ahead and do them right now. A lot of times in our lives, especially like in my life when I was growing up, you think that you're like invincible. You think that... you think that you have like forever to live, and you think that you have forever to start your MBA journey, let's say. All right. Well, sadly, and I don't want to like dishearten you. Sadly, in this world, especially unless you're like 7 feet tall, your MBA journey had to start when you were like like when you were like 3 years old. All right. Either like you had to get like some kind of head start when you were three, and I'll tell you why. Because it's not just like on what you can do. It's like if you get that head start, now you have confidence to keep going. If you get that head start, now your parents are gonna push you far further because they're like, you're one of the best in the whole state. You can do this. So you're giving people confidence around you. If you get that head start, coaches will give you a bigger chance. If you get that head start, coaches will focus on you more, right? So it's like so many different things. If you get that head start, that if you don't and you started when you were in second grade, it's like you're done. They're gonna see you and be like, oh, nah, yeah, you can't be great. It's really, really weird. Plus, it's like school just gets harder and harder and harder. So by the time that you get to high school, you're not gonna have as much time as when you were in junior high, as much time as when you were in elementary school, as much time as when you were a kindergartner, as much time as you were when you were just getting babysat all day, right? So you get to put those 10,000 hours in earlier and earlier and earlier. So when it says opportunities are like sunrises, if you wait too long, you miss them. If you wait too long to start, sooner or later, tomorrow becomes never. Someday becomes never, right? Sooner or later, it's like you missed your opportunity because you should have started back when. Now, good thing is that we have now. All right. And whenever now happens to be, I mean, you might as well take advantage of that because you can be as good as you want to be now, starting from now. But of course, but now you're saying, well, I mean, it goes quickly from, like if you rewind time, you start today and you're like, well, if I start right now, can I make the NBA? And someone goes, nope, you don't have enough time. But you can make D1, you can make D2. And you're like, what? Oh, that's stupid. Man, I don't even want to try then. Okay, then you go, okay, here's a time machine. Go back as far as you want. Then you start to go back. Then you get in second grade or first grade, or maybe when you're like 4, and they're like, well, should I start right now? Or can I wait? And then the answer is like, yeah, you should probably start right now. And they're like, well, is this a little too much, too early? And it's like, what do you want, man? It goes from, is this being too much, too early, to being, oops, you missed it. in like that much of a time right there. And maybe that perfect time when it wasn't too much too early and when it wasn't too little too late, that little bitty sliver of time was like when you were in third grade for like a day and you missed it. Now it's like, oh, it's too late. You missed it by a day. You're gonna like miss the draft by 1 point if you don't. You can't worry about that. All you have is right now. So whether you're listening to this when you're a 3-year-old or listen to it when you're a 17-year-old, all you have is right now. You might as well start full-fledged right this second and just see where you end up. So again, opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you miss them. All right, the stuff that we're going to talk about today, we got one-on-one cutthroat, all right, end of play scenario, double the post on the dribble, outlet pass back to the sideline, miss free throw on purpose, 10 plus seconds down by 3 with free throws. All right, so for all these things, one-on-one cutthroat. All right, when you're playing one-on-one cutthroat, man, like you got to play it the right way. Again, you have a dribble max. Don't get caught into one-on-one games where you're Kyrie Irving dribbling it, okay? Because, like, let's talk about Kyrie Irving, right? Someone like Allen Iverson, right? Where they like over dribble, right? Where you guys are like, I want to be like them. Or even someone like James Harden. But Kyrie Irving in particular, because we have video footage of Kyrie Irving playing one-on-one. And Kyrie Irving, Mr. Over Dribbler himself. Kyrie Irving playing one-on-one with against LeBron James. All right. I saw them playing one-on-one. I also saw them playing against Kevin Durant. These are two great one-on-one players. And the rules were one dribble max. Kyrie Irving could get his shot off in one dribble against those taller guys. He either dribbled it 0 times or one dribble. You know how hard it is for one dribble max? All right. So he has the capabilities of being efficient. It's not that he needs to over dribble. He has earned the right to over dribble. All right. And then you look at the opposite end of the spectrum. Okay. So you have Kyrie Irving as an over dribbler. You have Allen Iverson as an over dribbler. Then on the complete opposite end, you have Tracy McGrady as an under dribbler. And then you have Michael Jordan as an under dribbler. Those guys would take one dribble the entire play. If one dribble, probably 0 dribbles. Same with Carmelo Anthony. These are very, very efficient players. Now, the guy that toed the line between the two is Kobe Bryant. He went from being extremely efficient to being an over dribbler, and he would just switch off every now and then, right? I think he got better at not dribbling when he was older. All right. So which one is better? Which one is better? Which one of those guys do you want to be? Do you want to be Allen Iverson, Kyrie Irving level, James Harden? Or do you want to be Michael Jordan, T-Mac, Kobe Bryant? I think about that. I mean, and the funny part is they're all ultra talented. But which ones transcend the game? You can't say, yeah, I want to be as good as Kyrie Irving, because you're not. You're not as good as Kyrie Irving. You're not as good as Michael Jordan. You're not on either end of those things. You are who you are. Now, if you were as good as them, which one of those two would you want to be? They're all equally talented, but only 3 of them, like the ones that didn't over dribble, transcended the game. So for your level, which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the regular version of yourself or the one that transcends your game? All right. So when you don't over dribble and you do and you play cutthroat with just like a 2 dribble max, 3 dribble max, and you learn to be an efficient scorer, that's when people have to back off you. Because you're looking at them at any point in time. You're like, nah, I don't need a machine gun. I got a sniper rifle. If you get close to me, I'm going to zoom right by you. You're at the doctor's right now. I hope that you're okay, dude. But yeah, you get to zoom right by them. Or just like you get to score on them with 0 dribbles. Or just 1 dribble, pull up. Now they have to watch you on multiple levels. And if you're a 3-level scorer, if you can score from the 3-point line and the mid-level jump shot and the layup, now they really can't stay with you. So Kiernan's pretty close, but he does not have a mid-range game. He either goes all the way to the basket or he shoots his shot. All right. Noah doesn't really have a mid-range game. All right. It's a very, very hard thing to get on all 3 levels, but that's the goal. And you get to that goal by playing cutthroat, one-on-one, but doing it with like a max dribble and trying to be as efficient as possible. All right, so work on that stuff. I know it's super hard, but just work on it. The other one is, let me see, into play scenario. We could talk about that before. Outlet passes are back to the sideline. Make sure that you look up and down. The other one I want to talk about is double the post on the dribble. I always try to help people on this because very, very like seldom do big men take a dribble and then pass it out to guards. Again, if they do that, ask for their autograph. They're awesome, right? You as a player have to realize that, and you have to help down. All right, but you have to wait until they dribble the ball. So basically, when they dribble the ball is when we pounce on them. All right, not fouling them. We pounce on them so that we can steal the ball. All right, so that's a strange thing because you're gonna have to like know when to go. So when they catch the ball, you just wait. You don't go because now if you come, they can easily pass it out to your man. But as they dribble the ball, they're probably gonna be taking their eyes off of you. Now you come down, put your hand to their chest, and then you swipe down and take the ball. All right, moving on to our, let me try our trivia question today. I can see who post, and you guys can see who post. So it won't be on the screen, but you guys can see who posts first. All right. The trivia leaders, we got Kieran with 2, Noah with 1, Teo with 1, and Caleb with 1. All right. So good luck. The first one to answer this trivia question wins. I think I can even play some music out loud. So we'll play that so that you get it. We have a fun one today or a troubling one. I don't know what you want to say. I typed in UCLA trivia today, so it's about UCLA in a way. All right? I want to know, based off of UCLA history, okay? UCLA history, the college UCLA history. I'm just going to ask you straight up. You can say what you want, but there is an answer, okay? All right. Which Ball son is a notorious thief? That's the weird question that I'm asking right now. Which Ball brother is a notorious thief? Oh, that is a harsh trivia question, dude. That is, oh man, who would want that to be their trivia question? Like, that's what you're known for, is to be a thief? Boom, LiAngelo. Is it LiAngelo? That is the answer. It is not LaMelo. It is not Lonzo. It is LiAngelo. The one who didn't make the NBA too, man. LiAngelo Ball is now known from henceforth, from today, as a notorious thief. That's like literally that's what came up on the internet as I typed in as I typed in trivia questions for UCLA. Okay, so yes, Kieran got the point. He's now winning 3-1. All right, great job to Kieran. All right, let's finish up with our movie of the day. The movie of the day, we're going with is this 6th grade movie? Yes, the 6th grade movie of the day. It's Seabiscuit. All right, Seabiscuit is yet another horse racing movie. How many horse racing movies are we going to be subjected to? Two, because it's either Secretariat or Seabiscuit. Okay, there's only 2, but this one stars Spider-Man, not the Spider-Man that you guys know, not the cartoon one, not the one before that, but it's like one of the first Spider-Mans, Tobey Maguire. All right, he's in this movie, and then the horse. I don't know who that horse was, but I'm sure it's someone. But this story was a little bit different than Secretariat. Secretariat was a horse that dominated. All right, and for this horse, Seabiscuit didn't really dominate, but he ended up dominating. He was actually smaller than everyone else was. He was a smaller horse. Secretariat was like a horse that was enormous. His heart was 4 times the size of everyone else. Like he was like the Shaquille O'Neal of horses, right? For Seabiscuit, he was more like the underdog. They were like, dude, we should just kill this horse and make some jello, sort of thing. I don't know if they ever said that, but that's what they were thinking, right? And Tobey Maguire in the movie, whatever his real name was in the actual history of it thing, he's like, nah, like I like this horse. And like the owner was like, nah, like I like this horse. And they basically bet on this horse, and the horse ended up winning. But it's a cool story. And I was actually surprised. I thought I thought Secretariat, it wasn't that amazing of a movie. It was cool. It was cool. But this underdog story, like when I saw this one, I was like, I'm not gonna like some horse movie, dude. I think I was like in 9th grade at the time, I'm not sure. But I was like, this looks stupid. But I went anyways because some friends wanted to go. And I swear to you, I swear, this is not like me lying. I promise you this. During the movie, because he does win, okay? It's not, it's like a known fact. When he wins this one race, like I've never seen this in a movie ever, okay? The movie's not over yet, okay? It's still like 20 something minutes before the movie's over. Everyone in the theater, when I say everyone, I mean like 90 something percent of people, stood up and cheered. Like an uncontrollable, not like rehearsed, like he did it, everyone went, whoa, like that during this movie. And I think if a movie can elicit that response, I gotta give it 48 or more stars, so I'm gonna give this thing 48 stars. I mean, that's what I remember from it, and like, I don't know if it will still have that like stranglehold on people, but like, I haven't seen it since. That's what I remember about it, and I've never heard of a movie doing that otherwise. So if you watch this movie and you're like a sixth grader or any grade around that, and you watch Seabiscuit, Sea Biscuit, Biscuit, Seabiscuit, and you don't stand up and share, let us know. All right, you put a movie report in our homework page so that we can see things there. Also, just to finish up, we have our challenges. Again, if you post a challenge, let me know that you broke a record, that you made the top 10 in the title, so I can see that. Okay, I'm trying to like look through this, 'cause I want you guys attempting the challenges, and you guys can attempt the challenges and post them too. That's awesome, even if you don't succeed. But I don't want to be counting your shots to see if it was actually 10 in a row. So just tell me, and then I'll count them. If it says record breaker, I'll count it. Okay, so make sure that you guys do the record breaker. And then speaking of record breakers, we're gonna try to break some records in attendance by having some people come to our program, and I have business cards now out the yin yang, okay? This one's for individuals already on a team, where I get to just pass them a card that doesn't even have our site on it, so I can give the coaches a workout card to give them. It brings them to our challenge section to maybe challenge some kids. Then this one is for teams. I'll be handing it out to coaches to be in our league, our year-round league, and to be in our year-round tournaments. All right, so I'll be giving these out a ton. Then I have ones for individual players that just want games, whether they're on another team, they want some extra games, or whether they are like some like kids that are just in other sports, or maybe just new to the game. And I'll be passing this out to them. Again, no one's gonna get all the cards, even more than one, but I want to make sure that we're getting every type of basketball player in our program somehow, some way, because we do want other people on other teams joining us for our workouts. We're not just gonna be one team. We want to help the entire state of Colorado. But this last card, which is just our regular Limitless Hoops card, you come join us, you're part of our teams, you're part of our workouts, all that stuff, and it includes everything that we do, including like our camps, our clinics, our conditioning, all that stuff. I screwed up the cards. So this QR code doesn't work on the 1,000 card that I got. I got 1,000 of these cards, so I got to reorder them. But it's a really cool card. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to give you guys the 1,000 cards. So I'm gonna give you guys these cards, about like 10 each, maybe 20 each. Give them to anyone that you want, because this is like the universal card. You can give this to a coach. So if you give it to a player and he's like, I already have a team, tell him to give it to his coach. This is not a secret. You give them the card and tell them to join our program, to join the workouts, to join like for a free trial workout, to join for our teams where you don't even have to like come to practices. Join on any level. You give them these cards. At the next workout, I'll give you guys these cards to pass out. Anyways, that's our time. All right, Robbie Keith. What's up, Robbie Keith? Anyway, don't forget that the quote of the day, which Randy Masseth went so, he talked about in such depth, it's organize your efforts. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for joining us here. Peace out.